Hello everyone, this is Chris and welcome back to Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And I'm almost certain that I don't need to explain why I just called Minecraft Bedrock Edition rather than Bedrock Edition, because even though the devs do try their best to make this game as polished and as bug-free as possible, there always seems to be more bugs that comes into the game rather than them going out of the game, which is a serious problem for a game as big as Minecraft. And for someone who shows off Bedrock Edition seeds almost on a weekly basis, I picked up quite a number of different types of bugs or parity issues or things of that nature with seeds. So in today's video, I want to point out some of the most crucial and critical bugs which I think need to be fixed, changed, or improved in some way, shape, or fashion. And seeing as Caves and Cliffs is going to take at least 10 months to be released, I'm sure the devs could find at least a little bit of time to make these fixes, but yeah, let's get into these specific types of bugs. So I'm going to be starting off inside the 666 seed, a seed I showed off relatively recently, and yeah, we're going to be taking a look inside this one village and seeing what's inside this chest, and inside it we get, okay, this is a pretty decent haul, some potatoes, some apples, a book. This isn't too bad of a haul. But if I load in the 666 seed for a second time and head back to that one village chest, you might notice that something is a little bit different than before. And here's the house again, here's the chest, and oh, where'd the apples go? Where did the book go? There's just potatoes in this chest now. What's going on here? Well, maybe the ruined portal loot will be a little more consistent than the village. So we got some horse armor, we got some gold armor, we got some flints. Okay, this isn't too bad of a haul. And if we check back into the second seed right here, then we should get some completely different loot, which in my opinion is a serious problem, especially when trying to show off seeds, because you never know what you're gonna find inside of those loot chests, which in some ways could be considered a fun and exciting thing, but when you are actively showing off a seed, it's kind of frustrating for me. I know that there's certain types of loot that do spawn every time, but still, the point still stands. And it also stands for this second type of bug right here, which involves these guys right here, the mob spawner. Now, on the surface, it doesn't actually seem like there's any types of bugs or issues with that, but if you look through enough seeds, or enough of the same seed, you might notice that in some cases, mob spawners do spawn in, and in other cases, they don't, which is very, very strange, because at least with structures, they should be consistent with where they spawn and how they spawn. I've especially seen this happen in seeds such as my 68 mob spawner seed, where, you know, I look up the seed on my Nintendo Switch, I get everything right there, and then I actively show off the seed on my phone, and I saw some very, very big inconsistencies with a few of the spawners from the Switch and my phone. And it has nothing to do with different platforms, it just has to do with the fact that in certain cases they do spawn, and in other cases they don't, but because it's so infrequent and doesn't happen too often, it's not really something which is well known, but when it does happen, then you definitely see it, and I definitely think something like this should be looked into. This bug is a little bit harder to show off and a little bit harder to prove, so I can't say for 100% certainty if this is an issue, but I believe that zombie villages and zombie village places like this, the abandoned villages, spawn in much more frequently than they should. I believe it should be a 0.5% chance of it happening, but I have seen plenty more of these than I necessarily should have, so maybe just lowering the rate of them spawning in to maybe match Java Edition a little bit more. I believe they were actually looking into trying doing that before, but they maybe didn't or something. But yeah, having maybe another look at this issue, maybe trying to just lower the spawn rates just a little bit, just to make it feel like you're actively finding something you rarely see, you hardly ever see, just to make it feel that little bit more special when finding things like this. So having those bugs and issues fixed out, or at least looked into, would be something which is very beneficial for the game, but honestly they're sort of just quality of life type things. Like, they would be nice to get fixed in, but in hindsight, it wouldn't be necessarily the end of the world if they weren't. Which is why, out of all the bugs I'm showing off today, I think this one is definitely one of the most important and crucial ones, which should be looked into and fixed as soon as they possibly can. So to show off this bug, we're actually going back to a pretty old seed showcase, the Mesa Survival Island seed. And in case you forgot, this is actually the location for the stronghold. Yeah, right below this one village, which in hindsight actually is a pretty cool type of village sitting on top of this mountain. But besides that, let's actually go below and see if we can actually find the stronghold and find the end portal room. And you know, sometimes you could get lost inside these one places, but I'm sure we'll be fine having a look around. So maybe if we break our way through this wall and head our way down here, maybe it's down this way. No, that looks like a library. Maybe if we head our way this way through this wall, no, that's just gravel. That side's gravel too. Maybe this way. No, just stone there. What about down here? And, oh, that's everything inside the stronghold? And yes, that is literally all the rooms inside the stronghold. Missing the key, very important room, the end portal gateway room. And having your nearest stronghold not spawn in one of the most crucial rooms inside the entire area is I think a pretty serious problem, because for most seeds I find some incredible types of things, but in hindsight they either have to be thrown away or I just don't know that they are missing the end portal room, which I think out of all the bugs I showed off today, this one is by far one of the most important ones which needs to be fixed. And yeah, that's not me downplaying any of the other types of bugs I showed off today. I think making them aware to you and the developers is definitely a good step in the right direction, and yeah, hopefully they can get fixed relatively soon, maybe in the development of Caves and Cliffs, or just whenever they possibly can. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much all I have for you, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.